Guys, Sully here, one of our ecom growers and Bomb Tech Golf 7-figure e-commerce brand. We started an agency to help other 7-figure e-commerce store owners grow faster and most importantly, profit more. So one thing, I was just featured in a case study by CartHook, is who we use for our checkout. We use Shopify as our store and CartHook single page checkout. And we were featured because we had a record day. We did over 6 figures in a day, and here's the kicker. How much do you think we spent on Facebook ads to do over $100,000? Ready? Sit down. Actually, Facebook capped me that day. I was pretty upset. Spent $5,000 in ads to do 6 figures in one day, dude. Sounds crazy, and it was a lot of fun. I wish I could have spent more, but I didn't need to. So the goal today is just to give you guys, teach you exactly how we did it on a high level so you can execute it for yourself. And a lot of it comes down to prep, and really comes down to our email list, which is our biggest asset. And we got our list prepared, ready, pumped, hyped, in front of the computer on their phone, and ready for launch day. So this was a product launch, and essentially how we did it, we started, I think it was about 2 weeks before the launch, started asking questions. So again, a big underlying thing we do with our emails is we get engagement from our list. I don't believe in, if you're sending emails like this, and I've seen this a lot, where it's a single image, and for every email, sale, 30% off, and then your next email, just an image, sale, no one's going to open it, right? So we've got extremely high open rates for our e-commerce brand and other clients that we have, and it's because we actually ask questions that we also want to have the answer to. So like, when I first started in 2012 with Bomb Tech Golf, I really didn't know what my audience was going to relate to, what product they really wanted. I knew what I wanted, but that's not always what my customers wanted, right? Let me grab some coffee. So, and this is kind of an early version of what we do now to launch, but not whiskey in there, I promise. So we first launched, and I was doing this back when Facebook had a lot of reach, and this is the same thing we do now with just email. I started actually documenting what I was doing and just saying, hey guys, I'm going up to the university to engineer a new driver. What color shaft do you want? What color head? What length? What flex do you play? What driver do you play now? And I literally started asking questions, and this is what we did in email to do this launch, to get people involved so that they felt and were a part of that process. So during that process, here's a good example. I wanted to do black, and again, this is for any product. It doesn't have to be golf. Definitely not. None of our clients are golf except for our own brand. I was like, I'm going to do a satin finish, which is like a silver with a black cavity paint. I was like, it's going to look super stealth. And I made one other green one just to try it out because someone was like, hey, why don't you try green? I was like, oh, it's going to look weird. I'm not doing that. And I asked the audience and said, I actually did an image side by side. And we had like, it's pretty cool. You guys can do this. You do it on social and email. A, B, this is like, let's say this is black. Let's say this is green. And then just literally had them vote. Okay, so they literally reply back. Look at that. What is that word? I love writing on whiteboards. So reply back with what you like more. So the reply rate on emails like this, where they feel like they're part of it, is just, it's so high. So number one, now they're engaged in what you're about to sell or launch. They feel like they actually helped make it. So the majority, I think it was like 80% voted for green over black. So again, me, the owner, the founder, I didn't actually know what the audience wanted. And I continue to do this 7 years into the business, is literally ask our customers and potential customers, what do you think? Which one do you want? And have them vote, okay? So this is what we started to do. Same concept to launch a 6-figure sale day. Instead of saying our first one, like, hey, we've got a new product coming up, mark the calendar. We did that. First, we asked them, what do you think? Hey, we got this new product coming up. So the first email in the product launch. We're just going to go over like the core emails. We've sent so many emails and it gets a little too technical, but I want to give you the core takeaways. So first, question email, again, question emails, and have real intent. So here's the key, like people in life and business, dude, they can tell if you're not being legit and want to know. And like for me, I truly believe and want to know what my customers want. Why have a business if you don't want to give your customers what they want, right? So for me, I ask questions that I really want to have insight to. So this could be color, price, bundle. So you could do like, instead of, we sell wedges in a three wedge set, for example. Or let's say you sell apparel. You want to do, maybe you think a hat goes well with a long sleeve shirt or whatever. I know I'm styling today. Maybe they want 2 hats. Maybe they want a t-shirt with the hat. You will never honestly know, but you could ask them before you launch your product well in advance to give yourself the best chance of winning. So I would ask a question well in advance, 2 weeks before, about what product you're going to launch and get real insight, because that could actually help you make the offer better. So for example, we had 2 different color options and we did this. We had a black wedge and a volcano torch, just 2 different colors. And we asked, and thankfully we did, because the reply rate was insane for one over the other. And I was going to go 50-50 on production, and we ended up going 80-20, and we sold out of the 80% almost instantly, and the 20% moved quick. It did move pretty quick, but it wasn't at the volume, and that's because we asked. So that's the first thing. Ask, get the engagement. Again, from our previous live, if you haven't seen it, this is also going to help you go from promotions tab to the inbox, okay? So then we actually will then take that first reply and loop it into the next email and say, hey guys, thank you so much for your feedback. You know, feedback, what would be the word? Feedback email. And so it's a team effort and you're launching with them. So now other people that may not have replied, they're like, oh man, everyone wants this. Let's say it's version A. So everyone, thank you guys. Everyone voted, or 80% of people voted for version A or version B. So we're going to launch this on, you know, let's say, I don't know, June. Words. June 15th at noon. So now what we're doing is we're just taking a real conversation. And again, this all comes back to having a real conversation with your audience. So we have, okay, thank you guys. You all voted. Most of you wanted A. We plan to launch this, let's say another week out on June 15th. Boom, there you go. Then from here, I think we did like a sneak peek. Did we, Chris?
Yep.
So what do we have in the email? Chris is the one that did the email, right? So I think we did like a sneak peek.
Yep. Partial preview.
Yeah, partial preview. And the key here is we had the product page set up before we went live. So a lot of people I don't think have, like, so we have a Shopify store. You can have BigCommerce, Magento, WooCommerce, doesn't matter. And so we had, like, this is going to be an amazing drawing. So we have a system. That's a video icon, images, with the actual price. So this is a big key learning. So let's say it's $200. So I have the date here. Okay, date of launch. Add to cart. And you can't actually add a cart because it's out of stock. But here was the key with this. So now we're sending people a sneak peek. Like, hey, you guys, and you don't actually show them it in the email. You say, hey, you guys want to check this thing out? It's coming. And it goes to the actual product page. So the reason we do that is, number one, they've already are excited about it. They gave you feedback. They feel like they're part of it. They know when it's coming. Now they know the price. They see how sexy it is. And by not showing them in the email everything, the click rate's super high, insanely high. So like, I want to check it out. So what that does for email is not only, well, also for ads, this is key. You can now retarget that person that went to the exact page. So that was one of the key things to use email to make ads work better, because they work together. And our return ad spend, that's how we were able to only spend $5K to do over $100K. Was because we were sending dialed in traffic to then use for retargeting. So we could do like a 14-day visitor on Facebook ads, 7-day, 30-day. however long you want to have it up. Recency is always key. And then those people have already seen it. They've already been talking to you, and now they're ready. And then when you do the actual launch, I don't want to make this video too long. But then we do, I think, another question to say, do you want access early? Okay, early access, a benefit, a bonus. So like when you're launching something, you don't want to just be like, hey, here it is. And a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll say, that's early access. Hope you guys are getting value out of this. So a lot of people will just be like, all right, it's launch day. And they'll send one singular email to the entire list. Today's June 15th. Our new clubs are in stock. Doesn't go well, okay? So what we do is we have bonuses, special price, extended guarantees. I think we did some other offer, special price, early access. So we said, instead of June 15th at noon, what if you want first dibs before they sell out at 9 a.m.? Reply back with the word boom, and you get early access. So again, if you see a theme here, question with real intent, and then we have like, how many thousands of replies we got? Like 5,000?
Sometimes more in a day.
Sometimes more replies, because they want early access. They feel a part of it. They've been communicating the whole time. So you get early access with bonuses. So when you actually launch, it's really an event. It's almost like the gaming companies when they launch a new video game. They would never just be like, it's launch day. You know what I mean? Or some of the fighters, I don't have particular guys in mind because they'd all whip my butt. But, they hype it up. They get you involved. They get you engaged. And we do that exact same process for physical products selling direct consumer with email. So I just want to do a quick recap. There is more to this, but this is like a high level concept of how to use email to do 6 figures in one day. So again, my name's Sully. This Cart Hook just did a case study on us and our store, our own e-commerce brand, and essentially how we did over 6 figures with 5K in ad spend. So don't send these emails. Send ones that ask a question with real intent that will actually have them reply, and then loop that into your next email, loop it, and have a real discussion. At like a high level, if you take anything away from this training today, is email is your number one asset to drive cash. It is your number one asset if you ever sold your brand. It is the only thing you can really control, right? Messenger, you can only send, whenever Facebook says you don't own that asset. So it's really important that you constantly having a high level, but also an in-depth discussion with your audience. So when you have something to say, they want to hear from you and they feel engaged. So first email, ask with real intent to get feedback so you can learn and have a better offer. Then take that feedback and turn that into your next email with a launch date. So thank you guys for your feedback. You voted on letter A, whatever. We're going to launch that June 15th. Boom, sneak peek. So now actually drive them to your real website so you can actually retarget them. And now they're not surprised. We did this one year where we did not use our actual product pages. We had a landing page made. I know a lot of people are like, funnels, landing pages, use this viral thing to get a ton of shares. And we did. We got a million shares, but it didn't have the price. Didn't have the exact product page that they were going to go to. So the familiarity from the landing page to the actual product page was low. So by sending them already engaged list to the actual product page, this gave us a retargeting list that's super hot, and they knew exact price, and they knew what it was going to look like when it came to buy. So that's a big takeaway. And then lastly, again, if you only do one thing out of all this, when you launch, if you ask them if they want early access with special bonuses by replying, that alone will make your launch 10 times as successful, because they're going to get special deals. It's all about the offer. Special deals offer at a special time as well. So again, all this comes back to questions, real intent, and getting people involved with your strongest asset, which is email. And that's it, guys. 6 figures in a day on $5,000 ad spend. Appreciate the time. Hope you enjoyed this training. Again, my name is Sully with Ecom Growers, and talk soon.